children in council care were exploited by paedophiles and drug pushers, and that some of the girls worked as prostitutes. The allegations published in the Evening Standard have been strongly denied by the leader of Islington Council. Amanda Harper reports.
This is one of the homes at the centre of abuse allegations made by the Evening Standard. In its investigation, it cites a catalogue of child abuse, drugs and prostitution, with pimps and pushers allowed free access to youngsters in care. Islington Social Services is accused of ignoring pleas of experienced staff and children to take action, and of gross mismanagement. The report alleges that it was at homes like this one behind me that children were exposed to drugs and prostitution. It says the over-liberal regime put girls at risk, and as the home spiralled out of control, the pimps and the paedophiles moved in. The cases featured in the Standard include that of a 15-year-old girl who, within a week of entering a home, fell in with a pimp and a drug pusher. She talks of being stoned for months and describes how she was forced into prostitution. The second is also the story of a boy who says he was sexually abused over many years by a residential worker at his home. The man used to give him alcohol and cigarettes and was allowed to take him away at weekends. A former social worker with Islington says his complaints about staff at one home were dismissed out of hand by management.
Basically, they wanted me to go away. They were totally uncooperative, which I found quite astonishing given the weight of the allegations I was making.
But the Evening Standard allegations have been strongly refuted by the leader of Islington Council.
I am appalled by the gutter journalism which the Evening Standard has chosen to exploit. Much of their evidence is based on the evidence of a man whom Islington Council sacked for alleged gross sexual misconduct. And I would question whether or not his word should be taken seriously.
The editor of the Evening Standard, Stuart Stephen, said the children's welfare was the only reason for the investigation. He said, "We must start taking the claims of children seriously and start putting them right." The Health Secretary, Virginia Bottomley, has called for a full report on the allegations. Islington follows a number of other scandals involving London councils, including Southwark and Greenwich. A retired Islington social worker says lack of funds and resources often forces councils to conceal abuse cases.
Why was it necessary, do you believe, for social workers to turn to the press as opposed to senior management?
I would assume that they found that senior management was not sufficiently prepared to listen to what they were saying, and that I'd go so far as to say that senior management damped down their attempts to bring this to their attention or to public attention.
So you're suggesting there was a cover-up?
Yes.
Social workers say that unless money and training is devoted to children in residential care, then those most vulnerable and at risk will continue to be preyed upon.